On the sloop John B., my grandfather and me, around Nassau town we did run, baking all night, got into a fight. Well, I feel so broke up, I want to go home. Welcome back, everybody.
Yo.
You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
You know what? We're in our last half hour already.
Goodness gracious.
You guys got questions? Give us a call. What's that number, Jim?
866-870-5752. Once again, that's 866-870-5752.
All right, we got a couple lines open. Okay, some of the things that Gunslingers did this week, we went to the very first inaugural. It's a new gun club, and they're kind of basing themselves out of the Fullerton area. It's called Far West Gun Collectors Association, or FWACA, something like that.
I like it.
Yeah, This is John Gangel's baby. He started this thing several years ago, and it kind of went away for a while, and now he's trying to get it back going. So we went out and went to the first one this week, and it was pretty interesting. Saw a lot of folks that we know, met some folks that we didn't. There was about 25 people there.
Love to see that we are still growing. I know they're trying to shut as many of these places down like that, but it's great to see that people are still actively trying to get it out.
Yeah, and it was neat, you know. Believe it or not, 27 years of being in the gun business, and I've never been asked to be part of a gun club. I know. I have 20 hot rods. I've never been asked to be in a car club.
My face right now is...
It's just,
it's baffled.
I don't know what it is, but I scare the heck out of people. I don't know if it's because of the business I'm in or what, but I just, for some reason, people are scared to death of me. So most people would cross the street rather than to make eye contact with me. I don't get it.
You're a pit bull off the chain, are you? Huh?
Apparently, I don't know why. I mean, you guys see me all the time. Don't you see me hurt anybody since I've been here? I don't know.
Maybe they have heard of you and they know that you're probably walking with some.
Who knows? Not me, but anyway. Hey, you want to get him early? Our friend Brent from LA.
Hey, love to hear it.
Brent, how are you?
Shalom, Brent.
Shalom, you great Father's Day gunslingers.
Absolutely. Thank you so much,
What's
sir.
going on, Brent?
Well, city killers Karen Bass, Maxine Waters, CBS, CNN, and NBC keep demanding. It's been a mostly peaceful week in their joyful jihadi rainbow riots.
Yeah.
And after watching President Trump's big, beautiful birthday parade as our first king, I am so proud to be a God and America-loving patriot and not a progressive, pillaging, plundering pedophile in the Democrats' democracy. Ironically, for the first time, I found myself in agreement with Marxist Maxine and Gangrene Gavin when they both dared President Trump and Tom Homan to come and shoot or arrest him for treasonously giving sanctuary to Satan's Confederacy. And to end on a blessed and biblical note, it looks like the Democrats' dreams of a thermonuclear final solution to the Jews and Christians has miraculously been wiped off Gavin's, Karen's, and George Soros's anti-God agenda.
Yeah.
They were trying to fight their type of good fight, which is the opposite of good. These people are looking to destroy, like we said, prayer and patriotism, and those are two evil words to them, and they're trying to make sure all of that goes down the tubes.
I think God is making it very clear. He's showing us two dramatically different sides. And if people can't distinguish one from the other, they got a problem.
Absolutely.
Well, the problem, it's the same. It's the same thing that happened literally. The left is so quick to call us Nazis all the time, but when you really get down to the brass tacks, it's the pot calling the kettle black. The Nazis are the one calling the others Nazis. And how did Hitler go about it? First he got control of the media. Kind of like what the left has done. And then you get control of the schools and you start them out young. And we don't have schools anymore. We have indoctrination centers.
Yep.
And it's just painful. They don't teach you how to think; they teach you what to think.
Yeah, and it's such a weird thing that we're like 30% of our children are able to read, and 32% are able to do basic math at their levels. Why is that?
Yeah, Harvard announced that they're giving basic math as a class. I mean, the hierarchy of colleges, and they're giving basic math. I mean, how could that possibly be?
For the identical reason that the Democrats in the South, before the Civil War, never allowed slaves to learn to read or write. And so today, the Democrat schools are also not allowing the kids to learn to read or write or to think. That slaves aren't allowed to do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now they're print only. No more cursive writing.
Yeah, I write in code all the time now. It's called cursive.
Making America stupider and stupider. And just believe what we tell you. Do what we say. Go to your cubicle in our transportation, and we'll take care of you.
Yeah, you dumb down the nation and create yourself some slaves.
Yeah. So
anyway, it's like, obviously you can't believe your eyes. No matter how many explosions, no matter how many bricks, no matter how much feces and urine is tossed in the direction of the alleged good guys, then it's always peaceful. Apparently, their definition of peace and ours is dramatically different.
Rocks and Molotov, very peaceful.
Yeah.
The peaceful Molotov.
Yeah, it's very peaceful to light another human being on fire. All right, Brent, as always, thanks for the call.
God bless you, Brent.
Thank you. God bless.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. All right, let's jump over to Scott in Santa Clarita. Scott, what can we do for you?
Evening, Scott.
Hi there. Hey, I just got my hands on a 1911 1911A1 Remington Rand from my father-in-law, and I've always wanted one. And I did some research on it, and it looks like it was built in early of 1945.
Yeah.
It's got all the markings. It's got the. I checked. I took the barrel out and had HS in there, which is high standards. Which normally, I was told the companies back then made those barrels. I'm looking at. I want to keep it, but I want to know what kind of value am I looking at with this kind of gun.
Well, value without seeing something. What I usually tell people call me all the time at the shop and say, "Hey, I've got this gun. What's it worth?" And I always tell them, "I have a black car. What do you give me for it?"
Yeah.
Without seeing something, it's really difficult to give you an idea. If you've got a high standard barrel that is pretty much correct for the gun. I mean, if it's a Rem Rand, then it should have a correct barrel in it. And if it's in good shape, it's anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. It's got the plastic grips on it?
Yeah, it's got the plastic grips. It's got this approving stamp on it. I think it's FUJ.
Hey, it's I'm trying to. I know all this stuff, but it's been a long day. hey, you know what? In a couple of weeks, not next week because that's the Motorslinger show, but the week after that, we have a guy named Scott who is the premier 1911 collector and authoritarian on the subject of 1911s. We're going to have him on as a guest.
Love it.
So
next week?
Not next week. Next week we got the Motorslingers, but the week after.
Okay.
So tune in for that. And man, anything you want to know about 1911, anybody in the gun world calls him
for his 19.
Yeah, and he doesn't do it for free. Let's put it that way. He's a real interesting guy. I actually saw him on the American Shooter. What's the show that's on? It's on cable with Jim Scouten. I'm drawing a blank.
Everything I've looked at the gun, the proof marks, the barrel. I took it out, put about 30 rounds through it. It shot great. So okay. I don't want to sell it, but it's a piece of history.
Oh, absolutely.
I just want I just want to make sure that I've got something authentic.
Oh,
Sounds like
it's Parkerized finish, correct? Not blue.
Yes.
Okay.
Parkerized.
It sounds like you got the righteous gun. And
Well, thank
even
you,
if the
sir.
barrel
I'll tune
has
in,
been changed, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, even if the barrel has been changed, at least it was changed to a barrel that is of the period. So,
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
all righty.
Thank you so much.
You bet, Scott.
Thank you
Thanks
for the
again.
call, Scott.
Take care now. Okay, we got Mike in El Segundo. Mike, we'll get to you after the break. Kevin, how much longer we got? 2 minutes?
Deuces.
Okay, real quick, let's jump to Rick in Gardena. Rick, what can we do for you?
Hey, how you doing, Jeff, tonight?
Good.
How are you doing?
Hey, quick question. I have a friend who escaped to Alabama, and he has some California spec guns that he might want to sell. Can he sell them to me through a dealer or something, or transfer it to you?
Where are the guns now?
They're at his home in Alabama.
Okay, and handguns or long guns?
Handguns.
Okay.
And long guns.
If they're Curio and Relic, or if they are still on the California roster, then yes, you can send them back, and he can send them to a dealer in SoCal, and you can do the paperwork. If they're not either of those, if they're not an antique, if they're not a CNR, or if they're not on the California roster, then no.
You said that they were
Okay.
still California. You said that when he left, they were still California.
That doesn't mean that they are now.
I'm just making sure that.
Yeah. Do me a favor. Call me during a week. Get a list of what they are, make and model. I don't need serial number, but make and model. Call me at the shop, and I'll pull up the thing and I'll go through it real quick, and we'll see if we can figure it out. All right.
Sounds like a good idea. Real quick, though, is I think Jimmy needs a new cowboy hat, and I think Jimmy the Gent is a really good alias. Can he come to the new Shooters Clinic next week at the Cowboy?
Oh, wait.
Well, that's on him.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah,
Is
he's
that
a-
as a
he's a
Rocket,
sales
or
man.
is that-
No option.
No, absolutely. Rick, we got to go. We're coming up on a
Hey, it's
commercial.
real, yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye. You're listening to the Gunslingers right here on...
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be back with Mike from El Segundo right after this.
Yes, sir.